Good morning. Welcome Monday Mornings with Murph. It is a great Monday morning. I hope you had a great Mother's Day yesterday. For all you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. It was a nice day here in Marino, and I know that we were separated and stuff, but I hope that you were able to talk to your mom or do something for your mom. Let her know that you appreciate her, you love her, and I just want to say happy Mother's Day. So, we've been talking about, you're wondering why I'm dressed up today. I got a tie on and it's purple because purple's my favorite color. Well, today is the 1-year anniversary of Monday Mornings with Murph. A year ago, I started this adventure. About a little over a year ago, we're traveling down the road, my pastor and I, talking about football. He was taking me to an eye appointment, and all of a sudden he says, "You need to do a broadcast," which, out of the blue, totally took me by surprise. I wasn't thinking about doing a broadcast. I wasn't expecting to do a broadcast, but I prayed about it. And God finally told me, "Are you going to be obedient or are you not going to be obedient?" And I said, "I'm going to be obedient, Lord." So I started on this adventure, and it has been a wonderful thing. I have prayed with many people. I've seen miracles happen in people's lives in the last year, and miracles in my life in the last year. And so God is so good. He is so good. So we're going to talk about today, on the anniversary of a year of broadcasting, about being pregnant. I know that sounds weird, but expectancy, expecting that birth, that rebirth, that change, and how we need to be expectant. I'm going to talk about two scriptures today, and I want you to think about being expectant. A friend of mine, I talked to her this morning, and she was with a couple yesterday. They are 8 or 7 months pregnant. And in 2 months, they're going to have a baby boy, and they're so expectant and excited for that baby boy to come into this world. And that just confirmed to me what the Lord was talking to me about expectancy. And so we're going to talk about two things. The first verse we're going to talk about is in the chapter of Luke. It's Luke 1:12, and it's talking about Zechariah and Elizabeth, the mother and father of John the Baptist. And Zechariah was a priest, and the priests in his order took turns. They drew lots to go into the Holy of Holies and burn incense, because Jesus hadn't come yet, so they still were meeting with the Lord in a place, and they were offering incense to the Lord for the people. And it says that a great crowd had joined him outside that, and he went in, and this was something he was going in to meet with the Lord for the people. And while he was in there, an angel showed up. And Zechariah, it says in the Passion Translation in verse 12, that he was startled and overcome with fear. So he's going in to meet with God, and God shows up, and he's startled and overcome with fear. He wasn't expectant. He was not expecting God to show up. He was just going through the routine. I'm going to go in, burn the incense, everybody's going to be happy, I'm going to go home. No, he went in, an angel showed up and told him that he was going to have a son, which was John the Baptist. But he wasn't expecting it. He was startled and overcome with fear. So the other story I'm going to tell you about, the other verse is Acts 12. If you read the chapter Acts 12, it talks about Peter being in prison. The king had put him in prison because it made the Jewish leaders happy to see him there. And so they were going to kill him. And he is guarded by 16 guards in the inner prison, double chained, when an angel shows up and the chains fall off. He gets out of prison, goes through 16 guards, walks out the front door, and leaves. That's an amazing story, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is he goes to where they're having a prayer meeting for him. They're praying for him to get out of jail. And he knocks on the door, and the servant girl comes, and he says, "Hey, it's me, Peter. Let me in." And the servant girl goes, "Oh, it's Peter." She recognizes his voice. She runs back into the prayer meeting. No, she doesn't open the door. She leaves him there. She goes back into the prayer meeting and tells everybody, "Peter's at the door." And they're all like, no, Peter's in prison. Now get me, they're praying for Peter to get out of prison. Peter's out of prison, but they're telling the servant girl, no, he's in prison. So she insists on the fact that Peter is there. They finally say, well, it must be his ghost. They've killed him already. They finally go to the door and find Peter. They were not expectant. They weren't expecting to find Peter. They weren't expectant about the prayers that they were praying. So how does that tie into what we're doing today? Well, we're living in a time that you could be really down and not seeing anything in the bright future ahead of you. But be expectant. Be praying in expectancy that God is going to bless this. Romans 8:28 says he uses all things together for good to those that love God and are called according to his purpose. So you out there that love God and are called according to his purpose, he's going to turn this for good. So be expectant, like an expectant mother ready to give birth. Be expectant in the Lord to do something great in your life. Be expectant for the Lord to bring blessing to your life. So that's my message for today. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. I hope you had a great day yesterday. So have a blessed week and be expectant. Amen? Talk to you later. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't forget, you can call me. We can pray together. 970-466-4663 or Michael at problemsolvergroup.com. Have a great week.